Hello, everyone. Oh my God, I can't believe this. It's been like ages since the last time I came up online, but I'm really glad that I'm able to do so this afternoon. Yeah, so it's afternoon where I am at the moment. I'm actually in Washington, D.C., and I was just kind of bored, and I just realized that, hey, it's been a long time since I came up live on the platform. So I just want to quickly um, talk about becoming a high value woman. And I also like those that are joining live to drop their own points. What do you think that means? What are some of the tips you want to share in becoming a high value woman? And you can also drop any question that you have. So yes, I'm really excited because I've actually been pushing this, but I think I just felt that I should just come up online and have this short discussion with you all. Yeah, so for those of you that don't know me, because I know that it's been ages and we've had a lot of people that have joined the group. So my name is Esther Musa Peter. I'm the convener of the Initiative of Women in Development and Humanitarian Sector. So I just want us to quickly rub minds and discuss about becoming a high value woman. Yeah, so I think that it's important for every woman to place value on herself. And does not really mean to be arrogant, to be disrespectful to people. It actually means that respecting other people as well as respecting yourself. So this is really very important. It means walking into a hall and not feeling that you are better than any other person, but also believing that every other person in that hall is very important. So also you that you are walking into that hall, and any opportunity you have, ask yourself, what value am I adding? Any relationship, any engagement, any commitment, ask yourself, what value am I adding? What value am I getting? And that tends to make you very intentional in your decisions, in your actions, and in your habits. So I think the first thing I'll say about becoming a high value woman is first of all, self-love. Accept yourself the way you are, appreciate yourself, and also take good care of yourself. Self-care is very key and relevant because you take care of your mental health, you take care of your physical health, you take care of your spiritual health, you take care of you take care sorry for that breaking transition. So you take care of every other thing that concerns you, your social life, your spiritual life, very key, very important, your career, your business, anything that you find yourself to do, make sure that you take care of it, you are intentional about it, and you always want the best in anything that your name is attached to. So that is one key point I'm sharing with you. So after self love, self-care, self-appreciation, self-value, I think the next thing is developing your communication skills. Because you are assessed by the way you talk. And I always tell people that first impression matters. The way you talk has a way of impacting in the lives of the people that hear you, and also kind of defines who you are. So talk with grace, talk with so much of respect. It's not necessarily the language that you use, but how do you deliver your message? Like, how do you communicate? Are you somebody that shouts on people? Are you somebody that is disrespectful of others? Are you somebody that looks down on people and feel that you are better than any other person? So these are things that you really need to understand in the process of communicating. And your communication should be clear. No matter the language you use, you don't have to uh you don't have to have Queen's English to communicate. Just make sure that whatsoever you are communicating is clear, people understand what you are saying. Don't say something else and you are actually indirectly meaning a different thing. So say it as you mean it. So your communication is really very important. The grace at which you communicate, the way you communicate with people is really important. And these are skills that can actually be learned. You can actually learn how to communicate with respect, with so much grace, with kindness. It's really very important. So after communication, the next thing, I don't even know which one comes first, communication or your looks. So the way you dress, usually it is said that you are addressed by the way you dress. So I actually also believe in that. How do you carry yourself? You don't have to be to be expensive. You don't have to wear all the gold, the very expensive things. Just be neatly dressed and well represented for the occasion. So it's really important as women to carry ourselves with grace and to also pay attention to the way we dress, because I usually tell people that the way you dress has a way of placing respect or disrespect on you. So please, where are you going to? What occasion are you going for? Then dress as that occasion demands. That is really very important. I know that a lot of so-called civilization has come in. We don't care the way we dress, whether we are going to office, official work, formal engagement, informal engagement. Everybody wants to, display their product, and that is really not the case. It's very important to kind of know the occasion where you are going to, because I don't expect you to dress as if like you are going to the office, to dress as if you are going to the club. You are going to the club to dress as if you are going to the office. You need to understand the occasion that you are going to and then dress accordingly. That is really very, very important, because it places you at a certain level. So your dressing, just like I had mentioned, does not have to be expensive, but the most important thing for you is to look neat and to smell nice. That is really very important, to look neat, to smell nice. You don't have to buy all the crazy designer wears, but there are little things that you can do to ensure that you are looking neat and then you are smelling nice, both around your body, your mouth. It's really very important to take care of your body based on the resources you have at your disposal. You don't need to break the bank. You don't need to go all expensive. I can show you. This is actually this is this is what I used to rub on my body. But of course, I ensure that I do a lot of self-care. I'm dark. I'm actually really very dark, and I love my complexion. The most important thing for me is to ensure that I take care of my skin, that my skin looks kind of healthy. That is really very important to me, not necessarily the color of my skin. And so be comfortable with the color of your skin. And I mean, I'm not against those that want to change, but we also need to be careful with some of the products we are using, because those products have the tendency of affecting our health physically. So we need to really be careful and be intentional in selecting the kind of body cream and self-care that we use on our skin. It's very, very key and very, very important. And then the next thing is for us to build personal skills, like identify what areas that you are not strong on, like what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, what are the opportunities out there for you. How can you strengthen those strengths that you have identified? Those weaknesses, how do you also build on them, strengthen them to become weaknesses? Don't tell people, oh, that's how I am. If you like, take me. If you like, don't take me. That is really not the thing. If you know that you are a toxic person, if you know that you easily get angry or you easily shout on people, believe me, you need to really take care of yourself. You need to learn how to speak with people with respect, because people will always want to be around people that make them feel good about themselves, and people that also tell them the truth in love. So you need to understand what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, what do you need to improve on. Have the consciousness of wanting to grow, like personal growth, developmental growth is really very important. Have a growth mentality. That is very key. and really very important. So for those of you that are watching, anybody has a question, you can drop. If you have any points to add to this discussion this afternoon, I think it's very important that you can drop it. And as I've always said, the platform is not just for me alone. If you are interested in sharing any coming up on live, just let me know. I will just arrange it. And because this is a platform where women are supporting women, creating opportunities for each other, teaching each other how to grow, how to become better humans, and also maximize our potentials. So you don't have to be perfect at it. Just join, just join. You will be surprised at which people will want to learn from you. So please, the iWin platform is not just for me, it's not just for the moderators, it's for all of us, just contributing our different quota to the development of our fellow women. So any question from anybody? We've talked about several things around becoming a high value woman. First of all, by self-love, and then caring for yourself, caring for your physical body, your spiritual body, caring, even your finances. I think that's one area I really need to speak about, because a lot of women push the finances to the men, which is also not bad. But as a woman, I think what strengthens you, what gives you confidence, is your ability to also make your own money and contribute to the family, whether it's your immediate family, your extended family, and also do take care of yourself. There is nothing that empowers a woman than having her own finances. There are some decisions you'll be unable to take if you don't have resources to care for yourself. And also there are situations that you can actually boldly take those decisions because you know that you can take care of yourself. So as a woman, I think it's important to have a skill, to also have something that brings in money, whether it's the 9-to-5 work or you have a side hustle, side business. Is really very important to make your own money. And I think I've seen it somewhere that they say that it's not the number of resources that you have, but your ability to plan with those resources. So a lot of us women, we are making money, but we're all centered around buying the latest shoe, buying the designer's clothes, the most expensive perfume. What bag are you using? What's the name of your designer? Like, life is much more than all that. Life is much more than all that. Yes, it's good to wear all those beautiful things, but your life should not be defined by all those beautiful things. Make your money, care for yourself, care for your family, care for your immediate needs, care for the community around you. This is really very important. So please, as a woman, make sure that you have a business that you are doing, whether it's online business, whether it's buying and selling, whether it's IT opportunities, whatsoever it is. Identify your niche, build your skills around it, and monetize it. That is really very, very important for every woman. I cannot overemphasize the importance of women making their own money. It gives you confidence. It gives you boldness to be able to make decisions because you know that you have the resources to be able to care and fund for whatsoever decision that you have made. So we've talked about a lot of things. We've talked about self-care. We've talked about caring for ourselves, building our skills, the way we talk, our communication skills. We've talked about managing resources. So these are key things as women that is really very important for us to talk about. Don't be scared of investing your money. Investment is very important. In fact, I remember growing up somebody saying that as soon as he has up to 50,000 naira in his account, he looks for opportunity for investment. And I've followed this person and I've seen that now the person has a lot of assets, like lot and lot of assets, properties, landed properties, and all that. So this is something, your own might not really be, 50,000. Just come up with an idea and make sure that you have a separate account where you keep resources for in case there's a period of dryness in your life where maybe you don't have a job or your business is not moving, but you know that you have a backup account that will be able to sustain you for the next 6 months. That should be a standard account that you don't use every day, that you just make sure you save it for future and anything that comes up. So for every woman, it's important that you have that, at least something that can sustain you for the next 6 months in case you don't have resources. And once something happens, you can always go back to it. And what you can do is to sit down, reflect and analyze how much do you spend in a month, and make sure you have it in your account times 6. So knowing that if anything happens, at least for the next 6 months before something comes up, you would have been able to sort yourself instead of falling back to wrong decisions because of lack of resources and lack of money. So that is really very important. I've also come to realize that keeping money in the bank is important, but it's also a key risk. So I'll really advise more of investments. Don't think because you're a female you cannot own property, you cannot invest in businesses. Please, there are many businesses around that you can always invest in. Look very well, analyze it very well before you put your money in. But investing is really very, very important and very key. Don't say because you're a woman there is no need for you to invest. I have a friend that as a copper, she was receiving her alawi, and somebody actually helped her to understand the importance of investing in property. And she was actually in Abuja. Then we know a lot of properties in Abuja, you don't need to pay off 100%. You can start paying gradually. And by the time she was getting married, the first house they built was on her own plot with her husband. So you see, it's never too early and it's also never too late. You can be 20 once you have the opportunity, invest. You can be 50 once you have the opportunity to invest. Please kindly do so. It's never too late and it's never too early. Once the opportunity comes, maximize the opportunity. I know a lot of us are thinking of what is the latest Asoebi that we want to buy. We need to kind of prioritize, is Asoebi what we need? Because most of the Asoebis we use after that wedding, we don't use it again, and we spend so much money just to buy Asoebi. There's really nothing wrong in buying Asoebi, but we need to prioritize what is the most important thing for us. I'm sure if you sit down and calculate how much you have spent on Asoebi for the past 1 year, you realize that you would have actually invested it in a business and it would have yielded more funds for you. So yes, please, it's really very important to be financially literate as a woman. Understand how money works, understand what it means. There are a lot of books out there that you can read. Somebody also mentioned that for every money that comes into her hands, she saves nothing less than 10% before she starts spending the money. So because when you start spending, it's difficult for you to save. So immediately the money is coming, deduct 10% and put it in an account that you can save. And then once the money accumulates to a certain level and there's opportunity for investment, please go ahead and invest. These are key points and key lessons for every woman to learn. Financial management is a key skill for every human being, especially women. Considering how vulnerable we are, it's really important for us to have our resources, to be able to manage them, to be able to have something to fall back on in case anything happens. So any question, any contribution? Otherwise, I don't want to take too much time, so that people can chew on what I have just said and then make their own comments, make their own input. But please, don't forget self-love. Be intentional in loving yourself, no matter your color, no matter how you look, no matter where you are, whether you are making money, you are not making money. Just appreciate the fact that you are alive and where you are at this moment, and then plan for the future. You know, if you just decide to stay in one place filled with bitterness, oh, my uncle is not helping me, my brother, my sister, like they also have their life to live. Your joy, your progress is totally your responsibility. It's not the responsibility of anybody. The fact that you are alive, think of what you can do to improve on yourself. Always have that growth mentality. Always have that growth mentality. Put away any form of bitterness, any form of hatred, whether somebody helps you or does not help you. Take it away from your mind and start building on yourself. Learn what it means to be kind. Learn what it means to be helpful to people. Learn what it means to be supportive of people. Once you start changing from within, you will see that you start attracting goodness, you start attracting favor. Automatically, that's what just happens. So you need to be intentional. You really need to be intentional in building your character, in building yourself, because some people, it's even their character that pushes people away from them. Honestly, I totally am unable to relate with people that are always fighting, that always seeing negativity in other people. No matter how bad a human is, there's always something good about him. So you need to really be intentional in building yourself, and also loving yourself, accepting yourself. Being any weakness you have seen in yourself, try to build on it, try to learn on how you can improve, and that will really help you to go a very long way. So self-improvement is very critical. Take away bitterness. Don't depend on people for your personal growth or your self-growth. You can do this yourself. You can actually do this yourself. Always set higher goals for yourself. If you achieve this goal, celebrate it, but set a higher goal. Believe me, somebody said, plan, set a goal. God has the capacity to fulfill whatsoever goal that you have set. It is not by your strength, just set that goal, work towards it, and God is going to raise people around you to help you in achieving that goal. Yes, so I think I can stop here. Lydia Saleh, thank you. I can see you. Ruth JB Sadi Best, thank you very much. I see you. Seble, thank you for joining and watching. Abigail Nuhu, thank you so much for joining. And many others that will be joining later. Please watch this, share your feedback, share your points, add additional points so that others can also listen and also learn from you. So thank you very much. Do have a lovely week ahead, and see you at the top. Bye-bye.